right, here we go. Thursday night Knicks and Wizards back in the return game, and this was a tough game to get through three quarters, man, because Knicks came out looking like the New York Bricks. No offense, no energy, lousy defense, and the Wizards, led by Beal and Westbrook and Rui, were just running all over them. So the Wizards went up and commanding 15-point lead going into the fourth quarter. But here's where the game changed. The game changed in the third quarter. 34 seconds left. Taj Gibson told RJ Barrett, yo, relax. We got this. Have no fear. And just stay patient. And that's what they would do. Because in the fourth quarter, Broadway Barrett, Alec Burks with 15 points, Taj Gibson, Emmanuel quickly would lead these boys to a ferocious comeback. And in the end, the all-star Julius Randle would seal the game with a couple of clutch baseline buckets. Knicks win 106-102. Always good when the Knicks win. Let me get my guys in here. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. CP Ashley Moss, CK2K, 106. I put the wrong score here. 106-102. Knicks win. CK, give me some thoughts on this game, bro.
Man, you know how they say tale of two halves? Nah, we got tale of two Barretts tonight, man. RJ Barrett looking like he was going to have one of those rough games, and he turned that thing around, and he led us to this game, this turnaround, him and Alec Burks. Yeah, like you said, played very lazy in that first half, but we sealed the deal. Julius Randle playing a little bit hurt. Interested to hear about that later on, but he definitely hit some key shots there. You can see he was going back and forth with Bradley Beal. Needed this win, man. Said it earlier, and I'll say it again. I'm glad we got it 2 in a row. Yeah. Now we got some tough games with Milwaukee coming up next.
Big time. Ash, where you want to go here? A lot of storylines in this game, man. As CK said, tale of two RJs, because in the beginning, he just didn't have it. You know, it seemed like Westbrook really took exception to that block that RJ had on him Tuesday night, kind of showed him up and embarrassed him. Westbrook and the Wizards were all over RJ, all over his drives. He was bricking from three, just didn't have it going. Second half, turned the Jets up on him, and his leadership, his playmaking, everything was on display to get us this W. What do you think about RJ tonight?
Yeah, this game was a little Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. It definitely was stressful for the first 3 quarters, I want to say. The defense was providing no offense, and you know what I say about defense. It's great to have that clicking when your offense isn't, but the offense was not coming as a result of that defense. Yeah. So in the beginning, shooting 1 from 14 from the 3-point line after the first half, it was just a disaster. Everything we looked lethargic, we looked out of sync. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know if we were drinking that MJ secret stuff on the sidelines, but we got it together. And shout out to the 9 God, RJ Barrett, Bully Barrett, Broadway Barrett, whatever you want to call him. 21 points, 10 rebounds, 42 minutes. Yeah. And I think the thing about Randle's game tonight was offensively a little bit quiet, 13 points, not something you expect from an all-star, but he was out there on those boards, baby. 9 rebounds. Just out there, just being the floor general every way he knew how to when his shots weren't falling. And that's what you expect from your leader. You expect him to find a way to contribute even when his shots aren't falling. We got it done. It was more closer for comfort than I wanted. We almost fell into that trap game, but we don't call them the New York Grits for nothing, baby. We got that win on our home court, and that's all that matters.
So it was a New York Grit type win. It was definitely a New York Grit type win. I thought, again, RJ and Taj, from the minute Taj calmed them down at late third, RJ finished the third with a tip in. They go into the fourth down 11, and from there, they just hit him with gangbusters. I mean, when RJ tied that game up at 91, when Bradley Beal fouled him, I mean, the strength that was on display for 20 years old, to get that and one, it was a hard foul by Bradley Beal. And that was just tough, man. That was just a tough play by RJ. Outstanding leadership, outstanding playmaking. Good on Tibbs for letting him play. He left that lineup of RJ, Taj, IQ, and Burks out there. Let him play for the fourth. Put the elf on the shelf and left Frank on the shelf as well, because let's be honest, they had us out there to a slow start.
Yeah,
and it was lousy. Alfred was lousy out there. So thankfully he finished. But CK, my second storyline, I got to go with Alec Burks, man. Once again, another game over 20 points. This game he finishes with 24. Actually, no, 27. Put some respect on his name. 27 points, 15 points in the fourth. Talk about Alec Burks' performance tonight, bro.
Alec Burks dedicated that game to all the Evan Fournier fanboys that really wanted Evan Fournier in that trade today. He said, "Oh yeah, okay, cool. You want 20 points? Let me give you 4 of them because this is the fourth game in a row. Dropped 27 today, and they're clean. He had that. There was a stretch where it just looked like he could not miss. CP tweeted out that he was yelling at his screen to shoot that pull-up 3 in the third quarter. I think everybody was. I was thinking the same thing because they were giving him so much space, and he was just on fire. I love what Alec Burks gives us. We're seeing a lot more of the Alec Burks that we had before the injury coming back a little bit now. And it's been great. It's been fantastic. I still don't understand why he didn't start. I mean, it probably I don't know. I'm not even gonna say that. He should have started. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was cute what they tried to do, putting Frankie and Elf together, but it did not work. And biggest key was that Tibbs let Burks, IQ, and RJ close out this game, and they sealed the deal and they did the damn thing. But Alec Burks, man, 4 in a row. What more do you guys want? Give that man his respect, man.
Listen, it was definitely a shock to me when that starting lineup was tweeted out. I don't think I was the only person who was like, what the hell? Like, what is this? Why do I want this? And how can I return it? Like, I didn't ask for this. So it was a definitely interesting starting lineup. I have no idea what he thought was gonna happen playing Peyton and Frank together. It was just an experiment gone so wrong. But Tibbs is good for a couple of weird rotations, weird starting lineups, and this is no exception. And I think obviously had that lineup been a little bit different, it would have obviously started the game off to a different type of momentum. Much better. Maybe it wouldn't have been such a train wreck from the beginning. But somebody else who I have to shout out because he is that pit bull that I always think that everybody needs on their team. He put a little muscle underneath everybody, kind of put some fire underneath the team. Taj Gibson. Can we talk about Taj real quick?
100%.
I mean, Taj was out there just doing it, like just being the bully that I think every team needs and being the vet that every team needs. It was just good to see him out there, man. I felt a little nostalgic watching that.
Well, the thing with Taj, I'm a Taj guy. It's just the leadership qualities that he brings. Obviously, when you have a healthy Mitch and a healthy Noel, you're not really expecting Taj to play that much. Tonight, Noel was out with a right shoulder injury. Taj came in, as I said, settled them down in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, he made winning plays. He scored out there on some RJ assists, but he also set a lot of screens that free guys up. Screen setting is very important. You can't discount, how much setting screens helps your team by getting guys separation, because in this league, those are the little things that matter. And as you see, it was a hard screen that Taj set on Bradley Beal that set IQ up to put the Knicks up 3, 94-91, and they never looked back. After that, you had the 2 Julius baseline jumpers. That was just absolute money. And Julius is running on a sore quad. So to see him get out there and get those 2 baseline jumpers down, that was pretty big as well. So great job by Taj. Great job by Julius. As I said, Alec Burks was outstanding once again. And, man, just a solid come-from-behind win by this team and a game that they needed. Definitely.
I think what made a lot of the difference here also was the fact that it was clear that obviously Julius Randle wasn't on his A game. And it was just great to see how everybody else stepped up to the plate. And that's what you want that's what makes a great team versus a mediocre team, is that everybody on that floor is able to kind of carry the weight when their quote unquote superstar or their star player isn't on their A game. And that's what makes a team good. It's having the supporting cast and the supporting players, if you will, to kind of be able to carry the weight and lift them up. And that's what happened today. Everybody played their part when it counted the most, because Julius Randle did not play his best basketball today, offensively speaking, but everybody else who could do something did do something. And I think that's why ultimately we were able to pull out this win.
And that's the on that same note too. I don't know, have we seen a stretch of time that RJ Barrett got where it was just him? There was no Elfrid Payton. No Julius Randle. It was just it was the RJ Barrett show for the first time in a long time. Everybody's been asking for this. I think we've probably gotten tastes of it in games before, but that was a stretch. And because of him, and like we said, Alec Burks and Taj and all of them, we were seeing, we were watching this superstar bloom before our eyes. You know what I'm saying? A little taste of what he could possibly be long term for anybody who has their questions and have their worries about this guy. We saw him, especially like CP said, after having that quick heart-to-heart with Taj right after, he was trying to rush the play. We saw him be like, you're right. And it was completely the switch flipped, and he was in control, and he did such a good job where it gave Julius Randle that time to get himself warmed up to come back on the court, get himself checked down, all that stuff. It was just really dope to see because we've been wanting this, and we got to see a nice stretch of basketball where it was just RJ, no one in his way,
100%.
And he did a great job with it.
CK, I want to hear you say it. Put some respect on RJ Barrett's name.
Put some damn respect on that boy RJ Barrett's name.
On my guy. I've been trying to tell you about my boy RJ. I did not forget you guys wanted to trade him. You wanted to give up on my boy. And
G-League him.
Here he is.
Nah, man. He's
he
here.
Has arrived.
He's here. And he definitely, just showing the mental toughness. Like I said, give credit to the Wizards, man. They flipped the switch on him. They came out early. A lot of these guys had a chip on their shoulder, from Brody to Neto to Rui. I thought Rui was outstanding this game. They had no answer for Rui. Rui was definitely killing them. And they played with a chip on the shoulder. Knicks embarrassed them on Tuesday. They came back. They watched film. They coached by Scott Brooks, but you got to put some respect on his name. And they came out and they gave a great effort, especially on the defensive end. And the Knicks just didn't have that energy to begin with. They started the game off 1 for 14 from downtown. That was absolutely abysmal. And so you're just waiting for Tibbs to make that switch, especially in the third quarter. I'm waiting. I'm like, put in Burks. You got to get Frank out of there. You have to get Peyton out of there. Burks and IQ have to come into this game, and he ends up getting 57 points out of his bench. 27 from Burks, 16 from IQ, who was 2 for 5 from downtown, 5 of 13 from the field, 10 from Taj, plus 8 boards. That was huge. You got 2 points from Kev. I thought Kev came in, he did his okay thing. He gave us some energy. They actually had him guarding Beal for a little bit.
He was doing okay.
Yeah, he was doing all right. I thought Kev held his own. His sole bucket was a drive to the lane, so that was nice to see him get aggressive out there. Obi didn't give you too much. Set a couple screens, had a block and 2 steals. But great job overall, just coming back and winning this game, man.
I just once again want to tell Bradley Beal it doesn't have to be like this, Bradley. There are better days ahead, Bradley. There are other, alternatives to the situation you are in. Happiness is right at your fingertips. All you have to do is ask, Bradley. You are in control. You are the captain.
Wants it, Ashley.
You are the captain of your own destiny, Bradley Beal. That's all I'm saying.
Bullied that man into submission. And you knew Brody was going to shoot them out of the game, so you were just waiting for that to happen. As long as Beal wasn't on, I had a good feeling about us coming back and winning it, especially the way they were playing in the fourth. So great job overall by the squad. Ari, what's going on, man?
What's going on? I am shocked that we won that game. Unbelievable. Very, very, very good win, given the way we were shooting. There was so many reasons why we won this game. Obviously, RJ Barrett, in my opinion, became a man tonight. He shot, 7 for 22, but he still had 24 points. And why he get 24 points? Because the guy learned how to shoot free throws this summer, and went 8 from 11 from the free throws. Mm-hmm. And it's just amazing. This guy's resilience is just amazing. Like, he always starts off every game like 0 for 4. Right? He got blocked like 8 times today. Yeah. Couldn't buy a basket, but he stuck with it. And I honestly felt that that 3-pointer he hit, and then obviously the and-one bully ball on Bradley Beal switched. It was like he willed the team to victory today. He switched the energy, and he was obviously a big reason we won. Obviously, Alec Burks been balling out. We need his offense. We're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna pay him next year. That's another reason why we won. Another very underrated reason why I think we won is Tibbs never put in Elfrid Payton back in the game in the fourth quarter.
Good job, coach. Great coaching. Excellent coaching. Fantastic coaching.
I was waiting for him to pull quickly with 4 minutes left in the game, 5 minutes, because that would have been such a Tibbs move to do, and I was gonna freak out. But he didn't do it, so thank God for that. And obviously, the number one reason why we won today is because Russell Westbrook is on the Washington Wizards. That's just it's the number one reason why we won.
Hey, he'll shoot you out of it. He'll shoot you out of it, man.
Yeah. Oh, shoot you out of it, turn the ball over, make stupid fouls. How Tibbs always is does he impact winning? Well, there's no doubt. There's no one in the NBA who impacts losing more than Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Without a
Oh my
doubt.
God, I love
No
Westbrook.
one impacts losing more than Russell Westbrook. He's Alfred Payton on amphetamines with hops. I will take the other team against him every single time. Josh from San Diego will never be heard from ever again.
Oof.
And besides that, again, great win. Frank Hive, shout out. 15 minutes, got the start, 0.0 assists, and we still got the win. So,
Ari.
love it.
Safe to say Ari's recovering well from COVID-19.
Yeah.
He came with the
Ari's
smoke.
officially back. Welcome back.
Ari is officially back, ladies and gentlemen.
That Frank Haas shout out was wrong, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. You know, it just was what it was, man. They just put us in a hole. Part of the reason we was in a hole. And then on top of the fact that, you know, RJ and Julius didn't give you anything in the beginning, obviously that's tough when your top two guys just don't have it. And so if they would have played a better team, might not be singing the same tune, but hey, you play who's in front of you, and they came back and won this game. And so now we are fifth, CK? Where are we at in the standings?
Yeah, we are sitting at the 5th seed right now, with the Heat losing tonight at 23-22.
Okay.
Thanks, Miami.
23-22, over 500, 5th seed. So these things can change by the game, man. It's going to be a dogfight, as we said. Jay from St. Louis. Jay, it's been a minute, bro. How you doing, man?
Yo, CP, Ash, 2K, what it is, man.
What's good, bro? How you been, bro?
Definitely been a minute, man. Man, it's all love, man. Hey, that COVID thing real, man. I've been dealing with the family issues with that, man. So,
sorry to hear that, man.
Be safe up there. I know it's real.
Yeah, be safe, bro.
Hey, but get back into it. You know what I'm saying? It was a real tough game, man. I love the energy that RJ came with. He seen his man go down, and he came with it, man. The fact that he put, you know, Brad, he flexed on Brad, man. I know the city ain't liking it right now. I wasn't liking it.
Yeah, Bradley from St. Louis. That's right.
I loved it, though. Hey, when he did it, I flexed with him. I was like, it's all good. I love RJ, so.